I need to have a quick chat with my leaders here today. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren. I am your resident intuitive baddie. And I'm kind of just reflecting on some, I guess I want to say recent events and recent understandings of myself that I want to share with you guys. I'm gonna let this siren pass. For somebody, this is an urgent message. So it is no coincidence that you found me here. But if you don't know me, this channel I'm really recognizing is really just a way for me to share aspects of my story and aspects of how I look at the world, because I think I have a really different perspective from most people, and it came with doing a lot of self-work. So the more that I share my experiences and the more that I understand them, I realize it's given me the ability to help others navigate their own. And so the reason why I'm saying that this message here specifically is for my leaders is this is pretty much for anybody who has ever felt like, you know, they go through things first, or sometimes I can't think when when there's like so much noise like this. Okay, it's gone. So as well as people who feel like they just take a longer time to go through things, I'm recognizing for myself that there's a lot of situations I've been faced with, especially in my 20s. I'd say that I learned so much about myself through assessing my relationship with others in my 20s, and being able to look at things from more of an objective space than an emotional space. And not to say that I didn't get emotional in my 20s, I did. I think I held on to a lot of situations a lot longer than I was meant to because of emotions. But the way that I understand things and the way that I kind of take things apart, I'm recognizing it's been necessary for me to do this alone and to walk this path where it just seemed like I was getting hit and faced with a bunch of situations that just seemed kind of like, why is this happening to me? Why nobody else around me has ever experienced this. And I think that's more so what I'm looking at, is when it feels like your situation is so unique. What I'm finding right now, especially like, it's almost coming up to a year since I made the biggest decision of my life, which was to separate from my marriage. And I'm recognizing now that a lot of the moves I've made in this past year, now as they are grounding and solidifying in my life, I'm noticing that this is like a lot of those issues that I had over this past year are becoming prominent within people around me. And the way that I'm looking at it right now, or the way I'm understanding it, is that I was meant to go through these things, earlier, but also I was meant to take my time moving through them, because taking my time moving through them allowed me to really understand the process of it and to really sit with the process of transformation, I want to say. And if you feel that that kind of reflects your own life, where it just seems like you're always the first one to go through things or try things a different way, it's it's intentional. By the universe, it's intentional, and it's because you are a leader. It's because you are meant to understand these things so that you can help others go through the portal. I also used to be the type of person who was always seeking guidance and never got the right guidance, and that's something that I don't even remember if I ended up making a video for, because I know I've had this insight before, where it's our understanding that I've always had a hard time with leadership because I've always just been surrounded by the wrong leaders. And it's funny because, like, even with that, I've still been able to learn from those leaders by understanding the opposite of what I want to be from what they're displaying, which is really cool. I want to say, and it's a really cool way to look at it, because at the end of the day, like, no experience I ever had has been lost. I've looked at almost every aspect of my life, and I just come to the same kind of conclusion where it's just like everything is a lesson. And at the end of the day, everything moves on. And all we can do is learn to flow with that rather than to go against it. And I feel like the more understanding that you bring into your life, the more... And I want to stress that there is a balance when it comes to all of this, because I do think there is a way to overindulge as well in trying to decode everything in your life. I don't think, it's not that, I truly believe that everything has meaning. I think everything means something. But something that I'm really coming to terms with now is that we don't need to know what everything means right in this moment. And this is where I've just been so lucky to have the universe as my teacher, because sometimes the universe just lets you know when you're supposed to know. And that's why you can hear something all your life and it doesn't make sense, or it doesn't really hit until another moment in your life, until you're presented a situation that allows that understanding to come through. And you can't force that. No amount of studying, no amount of understanding other people's problems or predicting what might happen to you and trying to prepare, no amount of preparation can mitigate, no, that's not the word. No amount of preparation can truly prepare you for the moment. The moment hits the way the moment hits. It's gonna happen when it happens, and it's just one of the mysteries of the world where we have to learn to let go and allow and remember that our lives are co-created by the universe. You give up some control because you can't control everything. There's a lot of things that are within your control, and then there's a lot of things that aren't. It's always balanced. There's always a middle way. Let me reel it back. Let me reel it back for my leaders, and just understand that the more that you accept that it's okay that you went through some of these things without somebody else for guidance, just kind of means that you were always naturally meant to do this. You were always naturally meant to navigate. Because, like, if you think about it, or at least for me, thinking about it, if I had all the guidance that I wanted in the world, might it have gotten me to places faster? Yeah, but the lessons wouldn't have grounded the same way that they have now. And I wouldn't be as confident because I would always be relying on the people who were guiding me. And I feel like that amount of awareness as well really allows me to be a good guide, because the last thing I would want is for people to be dependent on me. I want to be the type of person that shows people the way so that they can navigate for themselves. Because at the end of the day, we are all here to experience our own journey. And I have a blueprint for life, I want to say, but I don't think that everyone needs to follow it to the T. It's like what we say when as readers, when we do readings, right? Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because not everything is going to resonate all the time. And if you're always looking for that, like if you're always looking for everything to resonate in other people, what it's meant to reflect in you, it's like how much of it is you? You know? Anyways, yeah, so keep it up. Keep up whatever you're doing and share yourself intrinsically, because you're going to do some great things for some people, and then they're going to do great things for other people. And this is how just such small actions, just by you navigating your own life and allowing other people that same kind of wisdom, helps raise the vibration of the earth. And especially at this point in time when there's potential wars, we see other countries going through blackouts. I'm talking about Cuba. And there's so much uncertainty with everybody, with jobs, with AI. Everything's changing. Everything is changing so rapidly. And this, now more than ever, we need to be focused on ourselves and how our existence plays a small part in the collective. Well, I really hope that resonated. If you specifically want some guidance or like to work with me on any areas of your life, hit me up. I'm still learning is like how to plug myself without feeling like a plug. Like I don't want to feel like I'm just selling something. Like I'm really passionate about this work. So if you feel that and you want to work on these things within yourself, check out my links, look me up, get in touch with me. And if not, then thank you so much for listening. And until next time.